Hello, beautiful Taurus, and welcome to your mid-November tarot card reading. I also want to give you a big, warm welcome to my channel, The Flourishing Mystic. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see what cards come out for you at this time, especially because I am a Taurus sun rising. So I hope there's a message in here for all of us at this check-in point. Beloved Taurus, let's see what's in store for us this mid-November. It's a beautiful fall day. Perfect day to channel messages. Beloved Spirit, what would you have our beautiful Taurians know at this time? What would you have them know? First card out, the Five of Pentacles. It says, nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. Off the bat, Taurus, I am getting this energy that you have already been in this Five of Pentacles energy where you could have a lot of loose ends in life. Maybe projects that need working or reworking. I feel more than anything with this Five of Pentacles is heavy responsibilities. And typically that could be financial responsibilities. It could involve certain debts. Now, sometimes a certain amount of debt can be okay, especially if you have put it into a project or a business or a property, or some type of an investment. Now, let me sit with this energy a while and see what comes through. For any Taurian who is really struggling right now with anything that is financially related or related to their purpose in this life, I see you coming out of this energy very soon. There is safe haven close by. Also, not all is as hopeless as it seems. I love that they wrote it on this card. Some of you really need to know that. Some of you are in a better position in life than you think you are in. Yes, the end goal is always to want more, to do more, to show up better. But there are certain points of our journey where it's okay to take a look around and say, wow, you know what? I have a lot of blessings already in my life. Let me factor in these blessings that are already in my life and give thanks. When we operate from a state of gratitude as opposed to lack, the universe multiplies. And in fact, the universe multiplies experiences for better or for worse. The universe is very neutral. So where we put our attention on, that will naturally grow. So if you redirect your attention back onto your blessings and back onto what's already working in your life, I see that multiplying for you. So let's say you have a warm place to sleep, or you have a phone or a computer to watch this reading on. You're already doing better than some people. Of course, we never want to live in comparison to somebody else, but it's just a perspective thing. Sometimes as Taurians, we feel lack a lot more than people would understand that we feel. Because if someone else was looking into your world right now, they might make the assumption that you have everything you need. But you could feel deep down that something's missing. So we're going to pull more cards, okay? And get a deeper dive into this for Taurus. You have, wow, the Ace of Swords. So a new perspective or more clarity on your current situation. It says, look at you. You're bursting with sparkly new ideas. So sometimes a simple idea or a simple perspective shift can change our worlds dramatically for the better or for the worse. It's our choice. And the beauty of the Ace of Swords is it is your choice this time. This time around, it is your choice. So are you going to focus on the potential lack, or are you going to focus on the potentiality of what you can do in this moment to either see things differently, see things clearer than you've been seeing for a while now, and see what can be done, like what's in your power of control to maybe change this situation that you find yourself in that feels like it's lacking in some way, shape, or form. There's always a way out. If you're in a relationship you don't like, you don't need to be in that relationship anymore. If you're in a job you hate, there are a plethora of other jobs and opportunities available. If you're not doing well business-wise, well, there's that Ace of Swords which provides answers, solutions, ideas to incorporate next. Let's get more for our beautiful Taurians here. The Star. The Star card came out for you, Taurus, which is a major arcana, which tells me this is going to be a turning point in your life. Mid-November is going to be a turning point. This card says, have faith that healing is in the forecast. So where in your life do you need healing? Is it financial healing? Is it sexual healing? Is it across the border, all areas of your life? What areas of your life might need some healing? Because I see that coming in for you at this time. And it's almost like by the grace of divinity. Something happens in the nick of time that is an aid to pulling you out of maybe an uncomfortable or difficult situation here with the Five of Pentacles. There could be an Aquarius in your life that is of significance as well. Or this could be a guide. Now, sometimes the Star comes in and it tells me that you will reconnect to a guide or your inner guide. So moving forward, your inner compass will direct you correctly. You'll need to trust it. You'll need to be open to it, what that guidance is trying to tell you at this time. But above all, having faith. Having faith in what's next or the unknown, or having faith that solutions are arriving in your life is going to be very beneficial. King of Cups. Always compose yourself before giving a response. Interesting. You know, when a card like that shows up, or when there's guidance around thinking before we speak, it typically means that we are either in disharmony with certain connections in our lives, and we can also reroute this energy. We can start to affirm that you are in divine harmony with the people, places, and things around you. For you, Taurus, the solution seems very simplistic this month. I am getting the direct download that using affirmations, using your spoken word to speak into existence how you want to show up, but more importantly, how you want other things around you to coordinate and harmonize with you, could be so beneficial and important for you at this time. And I want to emphasize that it seems so simplistic. Like, how is that going to solve some of the problems that you're facing? But I feel like, you started this reading with the Five of Pentacles, which is this sense of disharmony with your finances or your workplace or relationship. But you can get back on track. It almost feels like because so many difficulties have come up, so many challenges and maybe friction. I'm getting a lot of friction coming through. Friction with co-workers, friction with bosses, friction in certain relationships. I feel like through your power of intention, this can bring more alignment and harmony and flow into these connections. You'll have to do that work though. It does take work to sit down and write down your affirmations. It does take work to wake up every morning and speak your intentions out aloud. It is work, but it's work that is worth it. And I'm feeling resistance from some people already in the, who are watching this reading, but that's okay because look, it doesn't hurt to try. If you haven't tried writing down your affirmations or intentions, try it. Try it for the rest of this month and come back and tell me how you feel. If some things have changed for the better. And if they have, I would keep going, because there's something about that Ace of Wands that is telling me of the power of your spoken word. I'm getting the download that Taurus lately, and when I say lately, I mean previous to you watching this reading, you may have been affirming some negative things, even without even realizing it, because by nature, Taurians are actually quite harmonious and just generous people and wanting things to be quite simple. And the only times where we get caught up in the negative is when things around us or people around us are not so simple or forthcoming or honest or truthful or just in alignment with our goals. So you faced a lot of turbulence, and I feel like more than anything it's been in your connections. But I see this changing. And you have a lot more power in this. It's very magical, I have to say. So you have to believe it as you're writing these new intentions of how you want relationships to be like. I have a book called Your Word is Your Wand. You could read this or purchase the audio. And there's a simple affirmation in here that says, rhythm, harmony, and balance are now established in my mind, body, and affairs. A simple affirmation like that can literally redirect energy in your life. Speaking an affirmation like that and writing it down daily will produce tangible results where you start to feel like you can now gel with more people, or more people are harmonious with you. And believe me, Taurus, I'm a Taurus too, so I understand what some of you may be feeling or how you are feeling going into this reading. I only share this with you because it's been working in my life. So I'm going to move on to another note, and I'm going to pull your spirit animal card, where we're going to pull on for guidance, advice, as well as any protection that may be over you and your life at this time, okay? So, Taurus, mid-November. Wow, okay. A card jumped out off the bat, and it is the Sea Otter. Happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. It's funny how this card has a lot of like different animals and otters, and it kind of reminds me of the download I was getting of how a lot of your frustrations come from the relationships around you as of recently, which were kind of coming up as blocks and friction and disharmony, but I see more harmony coming back into your connections, which is going to produce a ripple effect. Now, typically I wouldn't say look to the outside world for validation or anything, but you're going to start to take notice moving forward that your connections become a lot easier. People become a little easier to deal with than they have been for the past several months. This whole 2023, I feel like you've been feeling the friction between others, especially anyone at work, a boss, someone you have to see more often than not, and any romantic encounters. I see more harmony coming your way, Taurus. And it's like about time. It feels like it's about time, okay? I'm going to read what this guidebook has because maybe there's a hidden treasure in here for you, Taurus. It says, if otter is your personal symbol, you are called to the spontaneous art of playful living. Otter people swim in the iconic watery world of their intuition and feelings. Their naturally evolved female protective self might ask them to care for others, especially the young. Otter people are inclusive and welcome the company of family, tribe, and community. Otter people know how to go with the flow and master celebrating life with simple things. They are loyal, kind, and true. Otters are fantastic friends and lovers. They hold on to one another so they do not drift apart. Otter people are not usually confrontational, but rather survive by swiftly swimming away from danger. If otter is in your totem, you will have a natural curiosity and love looking at life from all angles. You are loving towards yourself and others. Your inner child needs room to frolic and play, and if you let it out, you will be sure to enjoy life and not simply endure it. Let otter lead you to all that is good in the world: happiness, abundance, friends, and love. Are you fighting life's currents? Go with the flow. Are you spending too much time alone? Connect with your tribe. Don't forget happiness can be found by simply holding hands. Don't forget to reach out when you are lonely. Wow, I am blown away because us Taurians by nature, there's a lot of similarities between what was described in that card's message and of the natural Taurian qualities. And us Taurians, if we're off balance, typically we isolate ourselves. Typically there's more friction in relationships, like I described earlier. But when we become more balanced from within, where we go with the flow more, where we allow more, this is when we can harmonize. It almost like I'm getting the word neutralize. It neutralizes our environment. When we have our walls up and our guard up, I don't know what it is, but it affects people. It has a bigger effect on people than you would imagine. They start to, I feel like you face more opposition when you have your guard up, which intuitively, us Taurians want to put our guard up because we've been hurt so many times by other people. But I have this inkling and this download this month that it seems counterintuitive. It seems very simplistic, but you have a whole lot of power in your relationships than you would even imagine, more than any other sign. More than I've seen in any other sign, in any other reading. You have so much power over others. And they can pick up your energy. And when you're feeling off or guarded, they too become off and guarded. And that's where this friction stems from. So I'm trying to ask, like, what is the solution here? But they're giving me, like, you get the concept. You get what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to pull more cards to see if we can get this to open up. Like, what are we to do in something like this, in a situation like this? What is Taurus to do? How can they harmonize with their, within their connections and relationships more, especially if they've been hurt so many times? What is the answer? What is the solution? We have ancestors. Interesting. We even have the inner child card, and I only look to the bottom of the deck when I'm truly called, so there must be a message there for you as well, okay? So because this card related to ancestors came up, they're giving me the guidance without even reading the book yet, which I'm about to, but I'm getting the guidance where if you don't know whether or not you should open up to somebody, you can always consult your ancestors, your inner guide, and even your inner child to see if you feel safe with this person or this situation first and foremost. Because I don't want to throw you into the lion's den, and just say open your heart to whomever. Sometimes there is a necessity to be closed off to certain energies. So first and foremost, there's the advice of discernment and the advice of seeking counsel from ancestors and your inner self, your highest self, which is very much correlated to your inner child. Like, if you were a child right now, would you feel comfortable with this person or this situation or this request? If the answer is yes, then it's a big yes. If there's a no or a strong urge to maybe protect yourself, then you want to trust that, and maybe that's not the right person or situation to open yourself to. Okay? Now I'm going to read this card. People throughout history have looked to and understood deep connections to ancestors, honoring them in prayer, ceremony, and ritual. This card is a sign that your ancestors are surrounding you with their love and support. They bring you to the wisdom of their life experiences and offer their loving guidance. Look to your ancestors and acknowledge their presence in your life. This will open you to receive their gifts and wisdom. Just as physical imbalances are handed down through family lines, so are emotional and mental traits. You inherit your ancestors' wisdom and also their challenges, patterns, traumas, and karma. If your situation is creating confusion, and you feel a sense of separation from it, this could be karma from your ancestors. So, if so, you may feel guided to facilitate a ceremony to honor and connect to your kin. Light a candle, setting the intention to heal any family karma, patterns, or pain that may have been handed down. Allow only the wisdom and love from these experiences to flow within you and open to receive the healing light offered. This is a sacred time as you receive power and wisdom through this bloodline. Sit under a tree, taking precious time to reconnect to your kin. This card can also indicate that a family member in spirit has heard your loving thoughts and prayers and is with you, shining light into your heart. shining light and love, rather, into your heart. Wow. That may be a lot to hear and take in right now. So let's just sit with that for a second. Some of you have passed, family members who have passed on, and I want you to know that they're with you at this time, and they're with you through this period where you feel like you may be lacking or challenged or something's not going right, but I see them with you. Okay, the star, the ancestors, the sea otter, family, and your ancestral line is very important at this time to pay attention to. Instead of trying to disconnect from it, there could be a repair made in this arena of your life that could bring tremendous healing. Wow. Let's look at inner child. You have called this card into your world today to remind you it's time to reconnect with your inner child. This inner child is a reflection of the childlike feelings and emotions that we have within that have been misunderstood and wounded. Due to stress and the intensity of life itself, we seem to hide these more vulnerable emotions and aspects of ourselves away so we don't get hurt. The devas encourage you to reconnect to the magic and the innocence of the child within and open to this aspect of yourself in your daily life. The universe encourages you to reconnect to the magic and innocence of the child within and open to this aspect of yourself in your daily life. Your inner child is calling you to come out and play. When were you last spontaneous? Or did you feel the magic of life through a child's eyes? When was the last time you did the things you did as a child that make you feel happy? Like ride a bike or build a sandcastle, gently guiding you to the understanding that what you are experiencing and feeling stems from your inner child. Old patterns, reactions, wounds, and behaviors may be playing out in your life, and you could be feeling unsafe emotionally. There may also be mother-father issues that are affecting you and your relationships. It's time to embrace your wounded child within and allow him or her to shine and feel safe and supported by you so that deep healing can occur. Breathe the soft, nurturing energy of rose quartz into your heart and feel it dissolve any wounds connected to your inner child. Nurture, support, and love the child within you, as this is the key to your healing at this time. My goodness, Taurus. This reading went there. This reading got deep. So it tells me you're ready. You're ready for healing, and this healing is going to transform your life, your finances. It's going to heal your relationships. It's going to heal how you shine in the world. You won't feel the need to hide yourself, to hide your talents, to hide your gifts, to hide your friendship or your love from others. Instead, once you heal this inner child of yours, you'll be free to share yourself, the best of yourself, with others, and you will be compensated. If you enjoyed this reading, let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care.